Hello, Trinity family. This is Pastor Dewar, and this is your Theology in 3. Today, I would like to read for you Psalm 121. I lift my eyes up to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. I like this particular psalm because it talks about hills. Something that's rather absent in southeast Michigan. Where I grew up, there were a lot of hills. There were mountains even. I lived in a valley in California, and you could see the mountains from my hometown, provided, of course, that it wasn't too smoggy for you to see anything. But you could see the mountains, and it was really awesome to look out and to see these great hills with the snow on the top of them. In the summer, we would go camping up in the mountains. We would go up to Sequoia National Park, and we would camp in the big trees. And it was like 10, 20 degrees cooler up there than it was in the valley, which was saying something because it was really hot in the valley. Psalms like this really require us to pay attention to the geography and to maybe even be present in the land. So in this particular case, this is what's called a song of ascent. If you look at in your Bible, you'll actually see many of them put a subheading that says it's a song of ascent. So what would happen is pilgrims from Galilee would come south through the Bet-Shan Valley, down through the Jordan Valley to Jericho. And at Jericho was a major road that would go up into the hills to Jerusalem. And so pilgrims would come from Galilee down to Jericho and up into Jerusalem. Now, what was interesting is the Jordan Rift Valley is one of the deepest valleys in the world. It empties into the Dead Sea, which is the lowest point in the world that's not completely underwater, that shore of the Dead Sea. And so you're climbing 1,000 feet or more up into these hills, and as you do so, you are surrounded by dry, arid landscape, which means people don't live there, not unless they're bandits. And so what you would have is these bandits, these robbers living in the hills who might attack a caravan that's not defended. And so here we see the Song of Ascents. These psalms were prayed when people would come from Jericho up to Jerusalem, up to the temple. And this is what they would sing. They would sing, I lift my eyes up to the hills. That's where danger is. You're headed into the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. So, who does he trust? He trusts in the Lord to get him safely through this dangerous path. He will not let your foot be moved. You're not going to leave the path. He who keeps you will not slumber. He won't be caught sleeping. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. He protects you even from the elements. This is what we're looking at here, is a story where these people are coming up into the hills, and the song that they're singing is a song of protection and praise for Yahweh God, who protects them as they climb into this dangerous area. Now, this is something that's much easier to visualize when you're not in southeast Michigan. If you actually go to the land of Israel and you stand there and you see the hills, the dry, arid landscape, which is still remarkably similar to the way it was back in the time the Psalms were written, because no one lives there. It hasn't changed very much at all. And so this is one of the valuable things I find about going to Israel, about studying history and archaeology, is that as we spend this time diving into some of these geographical concerns, we begin to understand the biblical text better. I pray that you have a blessed rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.